I'm going to talk about NLP. NLP has got different descriptions. Over the years, people say that it's a study of human excellence. It's the way of transforming people, including your own self. It is a change technology. So it's interesting to see how it is, and it's interesting to go deeper and understand more about the subject. So it is how to of the subjective experience. So everybody has an experience of some way or the other. So the question what comes is, what is a subjective experience? Something that all of us experience, but we don't realize. When I look at you, I become the subject and you are the object for me. And the same is reverse. So in the same way, when I look at you, I build a picture in my mind. But that picture doesn't need to be the same when somebody else looks at you. Because both are registering completely different things. And this is exactly what I meant by subjective experience. This is exactly what subjective experience means. And that's the reason why we say NLP is how to of the subjective experience. Now let's break down the title NLP. NLP. N means neuro. Neuro comes from the word neurology, which is all related to your mind, the nervous system. It is how we take in the information and process it. And how do we think about it? Linguistic is the language, how we use to communicate in whichever manner, either through a message or through an emotion. And programming is how do we motivate to achieve a goal, or how do we work on a process where we go through and do a particular task to achieve a goal. Because there are leaders who goes through a programming process where they have to look at what is the desired goal that they are aiming for. What is it that they are aiming for? So, neuro is our nervous system. That is the channel, that is the vehicle we use to actually transport information. And we use the 5 senses, which are sight, hearing, feel, touch, and the smell. So the information and data is all out there. It is all about how do we record that information? How do we translate that information into a particular language? A language which can be verbal and a non-verbal. And that is the interesting part we need to see, because all of us have a habit of doing a lot of self-talk. Because a verbal and a non-verbal could be sometimes we talk, sometimes we picturize. It could be just in the mind. So pictures are formed, we hear sound in our mind, we talk to ourselves. And what is it? It is in some form of the language. And that exactly is called as the kind of code that we are working on. It is the code. It's some form of a code. So if I pick up an example of a person who's holding a flower in their hand, and what happens is when he holds a flower and he looks at it, so his eyes picturizes the flower in his mind. So it's drawing a picture in his mind. His touch makes it feel the stem. Either it's thorny or it's very soft, whatever kind of the flower it is. He suddenly feels to hear the noise, and the kind of noise what he hears is the birds chirping and the nature around it. And what else does he see? He also, if the flower is very close to him, he would even feel the smell of that flower. That is exactly where we say that we use all the 5 senses to get the data processed. When your mind gets to know that there is some data right in front of you. What happens is your belief and the values are so close to you that whenever the data comes to you, you process it, and your behavior depends on what you believe. And that helps you to drive your strategies and the sequences that you produce from it. The other example, what I can also pick it up is, for example, a man who's standing in front of a dog. Could be a ferocious dog, and he looks at the dog and he runs away. Could be that's what was required, but it's not necessary that our behavior is always appropriate. It may not be. So NLP helps one to change. It enables us to change our behavior, improve our behavior. So there's always been a question which comes up is how to use the language of the mind to achieve our specific and desired outcome. Now, I would like to pick up something here is, have you ever remembered, or have you ever managed to achieve something you have always wanted to achieve? Do you remember that? And for example, your best win of your life. Do you remember that? Could you do it again exactly the way you did it last time? Could you replicate it? Could you translate it? That's where the question comes. NLP is all about understanding the structure of your own excellence. You need to know about your own excellence. NLP doesn't only tell you what to do, but it actually gives you the direction on how to do it. Because if you master in one area of your life, you can replicate and master the other areas of your life. And that is what is important. So just bringing it to you, Richard Bandler, one of the co-founder of NLP, called it as an attitude of want to and curiosity about what works in a people and improving behavior and communication. So what I can say at the end is NLP is about improving behavior and communication. Do reach out to us for any inquiries. Thank you.